Time. Tick-tock. We live only a tiny fraction of time that our planet has been around for. Even humanity itself is very young. But lifespan is a really relative term. There are creatures on our planet that live much shorter lives than us humans, and those who outlive all of us by far, while some are close to immortality. See for yourself. Mayfly, 24 hours or less, has the shortest lifespan on Earth. Drone ant, 3 days, is the shortest living among ants. Male mosquito, 1 week, doesn't drink blood. Good to know. Housefly, 15 to 25 days, can lay up to 1,000 eggs in its lifetime. Female mosquito, 1 month, does drink blood. Oh. Dragonfly, 4 months. The largest extinct dragonfly had a wingspan of 30 inches. Bedbug, up to 6 months. They have 7 stages of life. Moon jellyfish, up to 18 months. The most popular jellyfish in the world. What, on Instagram? House mouse, 1 year. Can squeeze into a 1/4 inch hole. Panther chameleon, 1 year. The shortest lived among reptiles. Mole, 3 years. Moles have kitchens where they store food. Pigeon, 4 years. Homing pigeons are easy to train for mail delivery. Guinea pig, 4 years. They have best buds and recognize their owners. Honeybee, 5 years. Hive mind gives them a sort of telepathy. Dumbo octopus, 5 years. Their Dumbo ears are fins at the top. Red panda, 7 years. They use their tails to cover from cold. Opossum, 8 years. Not to be confused with possum. More on that later. Chicken, 9 years. The most popular poultry in the world. Kangaroo, 10 years. They can use their tail as a lever to box with their hind legs. Hummingbird, 12 years. Their hearts make 1,200 beats per minute. Cheetah, 12 years. The fastest land animal alive. Brush-tail possum, 13 years. These ones are related to kangaroos. Dog, 13 years. The Great Dane can reach over 7 feet standing on its hind legs. Tiger, 15 years. The largest of the cat species. Domestic cat, 16 years. Maine Coons reach over 3 feet in body length. Platypus, 7 years. The only venomous mammal in the world, other than, say, old girlfriends. Just kidding. Cow, 20 years. Knickers the steer is the tallest bovine ever, with 6 feet 4 inches in height. Lion, 20 years. Females usually do all the hunting for the lion pride, while males rest. Polar bear, 20 to 30 years. Polar bears are apex predators. They have no natural enemies. Queen ant, 20 to 30 years. Mother to thousands of ants. Giraffe, 25 years. The tallest living creature in the world. Grizzly bear, 30 years. They can run at 30 miles per hour and climb trees. Bald eagle, 32 years. One of the most famous symbols of the USA. Giant panda, 35 years. They have a pseudo-thumb they use to hold bamboo. Horse, 40 years. The Przewalski's horse is the only truly wild member of the species. Camel, 40 years. There are two types of camels: dromedary, 1 hump, and Bactrian, 2 humps. Common goldfish, up to 40 years. Not in my house. The oldest goldfish lived for 43 years. Orangutan, 45 years. Their arm span is bigger than their height. White rhinoceros, 50 years. It's not actually white, but dark gray. Andean condor, 50 years. The largest bird in the world. Laysan albatross, 55 years. They're incredibly clumsy on land. Tuatara, 60 years. They have a third eye on top of their heads. Longfin eel, 60 years. No one knows where they give birth to their young. Macaw, 65 years. Some macaws live more than 100 years. Human, 68 to 73 years on average. Your mileage may vary. We're the most numerous mammals on Earth. Olm, 65 years. It's called human fish for its fleshy skin. African bush elephant, 70 years. Mother bush elephants bear their cubs for 22 months. Great white shark, 70 years. They can't stop swimming to stay alive. Japanese koi fish, over 70 years. Can potentially live for hundreds of years. Orca, 75 years. They can even hunt sharks. Gray whale, 77 years. Small creatures cover its skin, making it look patched. Kakabo, 80 years. The world's only flightless parrot. European eel, 88 years. In its first stage of life, it's virtually transparent. Blue whale, 90 years. The biggest animal that ever lived. Nile crocodile, 95 years. They may have lived alongside dinosaurs. Pacific Ocean perch, 98 years. They wish they could be centenarians. American lobster, 100 years. There's such a thing as a rainbow lobster. Japanese spider crab, 100 years. Their long legs are exceptionally brittle. White sturgeon, 104 years. An important food fish. Freshwater pearl mussel, over 110 years. Pearls are, in fact, pieces of debris covered in mucus. Aldabra giant tortoise, 120 years. The largest tortoise on the planet. Mediterranean spur-thighed tortoise, 125 years. A popular pet reptile. Rough-eye rockfish, 140 years. Some fish can live to be more than 200 years old. Geoduck, 150 years. Both the largest and longest living mollusk on Earth. Lake sturgeon, 152 years. Member of a family of 27 species. Galapagos tortoise, 170 years. The oldest living tortoises. Orange roughy, 175 years. Some of the few deepwater fish that go to food. Bowhead whale, 200 years. They can leap entirely out of the water. Red sea urchin, 210 years. It has feet protruding from its belly. Quahog clam, 225 years. The oldest clam, 507 years old, was conceived during Chinese Ming Dynasty. Giant tube worm, 250 years. It consists of numerous tiny creatures that are constantly recycled. Greenland shark, over 270 years, the longest living vertebrate. giant tube sponge, over 2,000 years. Despite the lack of any organs, they can feed and reproduce. Coral reef, 4,000 years. Great Barrier Reef is visible from space. Turritopsis dohrnii, forever. It's biologically immortal, can go back to being a polyp and grow up again infinitely. Well, that's all I have time for.